نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلله فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله، إمام المرسلين وخاتم النبيين وصفوته من الخلق أجمعين، سيدي سادات العرب والعجم، فخر ربيع ومضر. فيا أيها الراجون شفاعته أكثروا من الصلاة عليه. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. امتدت عين بنظر ووعت أذن بخبر وقطرت السماء بمطر وتنفس كل حاقد وانقهر. ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. أما بعد. Praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one we ask help, mercy, forgiveness. We seek refuge with Allah subhanahu from the bad deeds of ourselves and the evil of our souls. Whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided will never be misguided. But whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala misguide, leave them to be astray, abandon them, leave them to be in charge their own self, they will never be guided. They're in a serious trouble. I bear witness there's no Lord or deity worthy to be worshipped but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one and only one, and Muhammad, peace be upon him, his servant, his messenger, the best and purest of Allah's creation, the face of glad tidings, the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As to follow, respected brothers and sisters, honorable believers, the best greetings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to all of you and upon your wonderful face and wonderful heart, wonderful face that came to prostrate, make sujood to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one and only one deserving of your beautiful face to put in the ground in prostration to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And to all the sincere hearts that finds comfort, happiness, satisfaction, content, trust, success with Hada al-Azim, success with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where there is absolutely no success except with Hada al-Azim, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Honorable believers, respected brothers and sisters, wonderful brothers and sisters, today's khutbah, another reminder that you have been targeted. I'm not interested in this topic and this reminder to be another newspaper or newscast or TV station. No. But this matter really matters for us and for our children and generations to come. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pinpointed a reality. وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ الَّذِينَ قُتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتًا بَلْ أَحْيَاءٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ يُرْزَقُونَ. بس هيك؟ لا. فَرِحِينَ بِمَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pinpointing a reality that we don't see it the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala meant it and the way that those martyrs shuhada feels and live it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, don't think. So here there's a command. Don't think that those who are killed in the way of Allah, don't think they are dead. Allah said, بَلْ أَحْيَاء. They are alive with their Lord, and they have provision, they have sustenance, means they have happiness, they have all type of pleasure. Not only that, Allah said, فَرِحِينَ بِمَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. They are glad, they are happy with what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provided them from His bounties. My dear brothers and sisters, honorable believers, when we look at a massacre after massacre happening against the Muslim civilians and the innocent Muslims and the love and peace loving Muslims and sophistication loving Muslims and humanity loving Muslims, why? You wonder why Allah did not prevent this. Because Allah does not work for you. We work for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And because Allah does not act and react according to our wish, Allah has His own plan. Not only that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not act like a referee in the soccer game where a player makes a mistake or an offense and he gives them the red card and you are out. No, Allah has His ways. Not only that, if you ask those who are murdered in Quebec, the Grand Mosque de Quebec, if you ask them, and if you ask those who are murdered in New Zealand, shuhada, innocent, if you have ways and means to communicate with them and to tell them, would you like to come back to this dunya? They say, no. We are sent express to happiness. We are sent express to the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are happy and we are not worried. This is in the Holy Quran. We are not worried about those who we left behind. They will have no fear and they will have no grief. Inshallah, they will follow their families. So therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, realize a shaheed, the shaheed, the martyr, they don't feel pain. They don't feel pain. They feel like a needle poking them. A diabetic person with sukkari, when they test their blood, the sugar in their blood, they poke themselves on the side. By the way, poking yourself on the side, it does not hurt. Poking yourself in the front, it does hurt. So they poke themselves on the side. The shaheed will feel less than that, will not feel a pain. You see them cut off in pieces, they don't feel pain. You see them bleeding, they don't feel pain. And with the diabetic person, they poke themselves on the side, they don't feel pain, and the blood comes down. The shaheed, the martyr, from the first drop of blood, Allah forgives all their sins. So you don't worry about the martyrs. You don't worry about them. They are taken care of by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not only that, no criminal, no terrorist, no hate mongers can provoke Allah. Nothing can provoke Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want to kill His creation, you want to kill the Muslims, nothing could provoke Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are sent express to the Jannah. Make my day. They are sent express to the Jannah. Respected brothers and sisters, honorable believers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pinpointed a reality. You have to be very careful, because I'm not talking about New Zealand, Quebec. It happened 2 years ago. We were first, and before us many. So unfortunately, we can't call it the last time, and it's not the first time, and it's gonna happen again. I'm not being pessimistic. That's exactly what I said when Quebec happened. I said this is not the first time and it's not going to be the last time. And that Quebec masjid, I made salah with those who got killed. And I prayed with some of those who are injured. I'm one of the people who established that masjid, alhamdulillah, and have the grand opening. And I know the story of this masjid and the story of those peace-loving people, those Muslims who got slaughtered. So therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pinpointed this reality by saying, قَدْ بَدَتِ الْبَغْضَاءُ مِنْ أَفْوَاهِهِمْ وَمَا تُخْفِي صُدُورُهُمْ أَكْبَرُ. Allah, the one who speaks the ultimate truth, said, hate is appearing from their mouth, and what their hearts hide, even greater. So sometimes you think somebody cursing at you, they are hating you. You see the hate. Somebody saying bad words to you, you think this is the hate. No! Not only that, when they don't say something nice to you, this is also hate. What? Yes, you are lining up, and the cashier will say to everyone, hi, good morning, have a good day. Hello, good morning, have a good day. Hello, how are you? Have a good day. Thank you. When it comes to you, you say hello, hi, they don't answer. And they don't give you hello, and they don't give you have a good day, and they give you a dirty face. You know also, قَدْ بَدَتِ الْبَغْضَاء. Hate is appearing from their mouth, with the thing comes out and with the thing does not come out. So therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, let us realize that there's so much of goodness in Canada, and from the bottom of my heart, I have been here in Toronto for 36 years. After 1982, and I could testify, may Allah bless and protect Canada, keep Canada with safety, serenity and prosperity. Allahumma ameen. My dear brothers and sisters, we have so much of goodness in Canada and non-Muslim Canadians, but The media already, years after years, report after report, program after program, they made certain people hot-wired to act against you. Hot-wired, when you look at the electricity here and you plug the fan, it works. Why? Because it is already ready, hot-wired. They make the hearts hot-wired to act against us for no guilt. And this is a reality year after year, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about this reality in the Holy Quran. Allah spoke about the media and their supporters. Allah spoke about the hate mongers and their millions. Allah spoke about them and their organizations and their efforts and their tremendous millions put to divert people from Islam and to hate Muslims. Allah said in the Holy Quran, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُمْ لِيُصُدُّوا عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ فَسَيَنْفِقُونَهَا ثُمَّ تَكُونُ عَلَيْهِمْ حَسْرَةٌ ثُمَّ يُغْلَبُونَ وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِلَى جَهَنَّمَ يُحْشَرُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, pinpointed, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, those kuffar, Allah described them as kuffar. They are spending their wealth, their money to divert people from the path of Allah. They'll make you hate. They'll make others hate Muslims. And how? How are they going to hate Muslims? By spreading ignorance and lies. When someone hates you, they will fear you. And if someone fears you, they're going to fight you. They're going to assassinate you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, those kuffar, they are spending their money to divert people from the path of Allah. Allah confirmed again, فَسَيَنْفِقُونَهَا, they will spend it, ثُمَّ تَكُونَ عَلَيْهِمْ حَسْرًا. Look at the results. It will become upon them as an agony, and they will be defeated. ثُمَّ تَكُونُ عَلَيْهِمْ حَسْرًا ثُمَّ يُغْلَبُونَ, they will be defeated. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِلَى جَهَنَّمَ يُحْشَرُونَ, they will be shoved in the hellfire, the kuffar. So this is their efforts and this is their millions, making people hate Muslims. For what? Because we want clean life, pure life, peaceful life, wonderful life, ultimate happiness and serenity and prosperity and tranquility for everyone. While the other side wants to enslave the world, wants to make their daughters prostitute, akramakumullah, wants to spread drugs and alcohol and much more, while Muslims wants the clean life for all humanity. Respected brothers and sisters, honorable believers, the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah in charge of the light of Allah, not us, trust me, Allah. But we have a role. Check, what's your role? What's our contribution? What's our participation for Islam? Because Islam will be wherever the sun shines and wherever the night falls, by the dignity of those who are dignified and by the humiliation of those who are humiliated. And don't think I'm talking this khutbah in the masjid and everything is covered. No, I say the same thing in the TV program, exactly the same khutbah. I said in the TV program, Islam will be wherever the sun shines and wherever the night falls, bi'izz aziz aw dhill dhalil, by the dignity of those who are dignified or those humiliated, by the humiliation of those who are humiliated. Take a look at the trench battle, Al-Khandaq. Muslims in the Medina al-Munawwara, they were under severe siege, muhasarin, under severe blockade. They were choked in the Medina and they were backstabbed. And the hypocrites, the munafiqeen, they said, this is the last night for Islam and Muslims on the face of earth. The munafiqeen, the hypocrites and their helpers and supporters, they said this is the last night, آخر ليلة للإسلام والمسلمين على وجه الأرض, the last night for Muslims and Islam on the face of earth. What happened? 10 years later, Islam conquered. Qaisar, Caesar ran away. Kisra demolished and devastated. Why? Because Islam run by Allah, protected by Allah. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله فاستغفروه إنه نور السماوات والغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين وجزا الله محمدا عنا بما هو أهله. I watched a TV program in Al Jazeera channel, the Qatari channel. May Allah protect Qatar, keep loving Qatar. Allahumma ameen. In this particular program, somebody said, oh, you Muslims, only you go to Western countries and only you think about building the masajid. What? Accusation. Masajid? Yes, yes, this is what we do. We build the masajid so we can have peace, so we can have rest and comfort with ourselves and soul, so we can produce good Muslim Canadians. Yes, we build the masajid, but your tax dollar as a Muslim build hospitals, build sophistication and education and medication and everything. So yes, we build the masajid, but we are part of every sophistication and every education and every medication in the country from our tax dollar. And they would say, the Muslim sits on welfare. Yes, some Muslims, they are in welfare and they deserve it. It's from our tax dollar. And some Portuguese and some Chinese and some Italian, they sit in welfare. Fine, they deserve it. It's from our teaming up together as a country from our tax dollar. My dear brothers and sisters, honorable believers, they gave us a label. Fanatics, did not work. Extremists, it did not work. All type of labels. The only label sticking to the Muslims now, terrorist. Terrorist. And take a look at the terrorists in New Zealand. Those who are worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, more than 200 people, none of them had an egg to hit that terrorist, that criminal who attacked them. None of them has a baseball bat to crush his face. None of them has a metal bar to crush his face. None of them has gun. None of them has a knife to slash his throat. None of them. So where is the terrorist? Why are you calling us terrorists? We don't even have a banana to throw at your face. But you know something? Suppose in every corner in the masjid there is a baseball bat. Suppose, لنفترض, in every corner of the masjid there is a metal bar. Do you think 50 people will get killed? Do you think more than whatever get injured? Do you think millions will get wounded? Us, we are wounded. Do you think now I'm giving a khutbah and safe that anyone would walk from this masjid and do something? We are not safe. We are wounded, we are injured. Suppose there is in every corner in the masjid there is a metal bar, and this terrorist and any terrorist knows that. Do you think they would make a move? No! Do you know why? Because pain cut power. PCP. PCP. Pain cuts power. When someone attacking you, when someone threatening your life, when someone hurting you and hurting the children, when you deliver pain to them, it cuts their power. My dear brothers and sisters, honorable believers, this terrorist, this criminal, this hate monger, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him everlasting stay in Jahannam, in hellfire. Allahumma ameen. And whoever supported him, if he sat down before firing at the innocent, wonderful Musallin, those who are worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if he sat down and listened what the Imam, what the Khatib, what this speaker saying to the Muslims, he would find messages of peace, messages of love, messages of sophistication, messages of being loyal to the country. But he listened to the hate mongers, that they filled his heart with ignorance and lies. This plant, this root led to that fruit. This root led to that fruit. The fruit was the massacre. Innocent people. But those innocent people, where are they? They are فرحين بما آتاهم الله من فضله. They are happy with what Allah provided them from His bounties. Had he sat down and Allah opened his heart, what would happen? My dear brothers and sisters, we see people hugging the Muslims. Thank you, thank you. We see people saying, we are with you. This is not enough. We see that the adhan announced in the TV in New Zealand. That's not enough. The Quran recited in the parliament. That's not enough. The hate mongers killing Muslims, for every Muslim got killed, bring in their name a grant, bring 50 people to the country. For every Muslim got killed, bring 100 people to the country. This way they will see, the hate mongers, that their killing spree will not help, will increase Muslims in the country. It's just an idea. I want to wrap my khutbah by saying SSS. SSS. See something, say something. See something, say something. When we see hate, when we see people treating you wrong, saying wrong things, report that. Say something, do not be quiet. Because when the masjid in Quebec, they told me somebody put the head of a pig in the masjid, I said, this is super dangerous. By this person saying something at you, giving you a dirty look, throwing something at you, next will bring a baseball bat, next they will bring a gun. I said, putting a head of the pig at the door of the masjid, they are daring to do something else. See something, say something. SSS. Report. The camera. Remember Muhammad al-Durra in Palestine, when the Israeli Zionists killed him. The camera witnessed everything. He is hiding behind his dad. They are not making any trouble. Hiding, sitting in the ground behind the rock. They shattered them with bullets. The camera showed the hypocrite world what happened. So use your camera to report. Use your camera to put fear into the heart of the attackers. They will fear the camera, my dear brothers and sisters. As soon as you see an attack or certain racism or certain threat, take your camera and tell them, even if you break the telephone, this will be in the cloud. It will be recorded. It will be saved. Honorable brothers and sisters, I also recommend for you a book called Mind Over Mood. Mind over mood. So when we are faced with all type of aggression, it does not just go to the heart right away. It goes to the mind. The mind is programmed with verses from the Holy Quran and a hadith, and you know how to deal with it. This book, you could buy it in Canada. A wonderful book taught to all type of people, including doctors. Mind over mood. It will help you also survive and thrive. Wonderful brothers and sisters, honorable believers. Get strong by all legal means. Get strong by all legal ways. Why? Strength is respected and feared. And sometimes you win a fight without fighting, because a person fearing you, you walk with confidence, or they know you have certain strength. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَعِدُّوا لَهُمْ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُم مِّن قُوَّةٍ وَمِن رِبَاطِ الْخَيْلِ. For what? Did Allah say, لِتُقَاتِلُونَ لِتَذْبَحُونَ? No, Allah said, لِتُرْهِبُونَ. When Allah said, prepare for them whatever you can from power. Allah did not say, so you may assault, so you may fight, so you may be aggressive. No, Allah said, so you may terrify the enemies of Allah. Terrifying someone, it puts a threat in their heart. They will not fight you. You win a fight by just being strong. By being prepared, you win a fight. Get strong by all legal ways. Get strong by all legal means. My dear brothers and sisters, honorable believers, I did train the police in the past. I used to be a martial art trainer. I did train the police, and I could tell you one thing about the police. No matter what, they work for us and they get paid from our dollar, from our tax money. But the police, from experience, I've trained them. They like to go to work with their shoes shiny, and here I'm recorded. I'm responsible what I say. They like to go to work with their shoes shiny and go home with their shoes shiny. Get strong by all legal ways, by all legal means. The last question, why do they hate us? Why they hate Islam? Why lots of people respect us? It's not, you can't force people to love you. You can't. You may not love this person or that person, but you must respect them. Why they hate us? Simply because we are busy working, paying for mortgage, paying for bills. We are just devastated with all type of bills, and we are not busy with da'wah, spreading Islam, with our treatments, starting from our neighbor. We are not busy by showing what is Islam and winning hearts, one heart at the time. One heart at a time only. When we are busy with regular life, others busy spreading millions to make people hate us. Take it one person at the time, win hearts one person at a time by spreading Islam, and spreading Islam not through just books. We are the biggest and widest book. If people sees through you, through me, proper Islamic treatment, proper Islamic surprises, surprise them with good things, wallahi, we will survive and thrive. And the big deal, our children. The big deal, our generations to come. رب مستمع خير من متكلم. Might be a listener much better than a speaker. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت. اللهم شافي مرضانا، اهدي ذريتنا، اللهم احينا حياة طيبة، اللهم انصر اخواننا المستضعفين في كل مكان، اجمعنا واياهم واحبابهم بالفردوس الاعلى من غير سابق عذاب. امين. الحمد لله رب العالمين، صلى الله على سيدنا محمد واله وصحبه اجمعين. وصلاتكم رحمكم الله.